This is going to be a quick one. This is in relation to last week's episode, Halo, Season 2, Episode 4, Reach. We get to see the fall of Reach, which is something we've all been clamoring for ever since Season 1, Episode 1, basically. We're begging them to get back on track with the Halo stories that we know and fell in love with and stop telling their own spin on a sci-fi narrative. That being said, in this episode, there's two glaring things that I want to bring up, not because they make the show bad, although you may think that, and it might be true, but that's not why I want to talk about it. What really strikes me is the change for the sake of change that these adaptations seem to do in order to show the value behind the writing team, but it doesn't do that. It actually shows me that the writing team is either vain and egotistical and wants to make sure that they have their own stamp on it and it's not just from the games, or they just simply haven't played the games or know about the source material enough to know they're making a mistake. And the two things I want to talk about is, well, I mean, this has been an ongoing problem with Halo, which is the lack of Master Chief armor. Now, spoilers, he doesn't have access to his armor in the scene, so they've made a way to explain the situation that is believable within the show that they are putting forth, in the narrative that they have written for us. But this is just not, nobody wants this. This is not good for anyone. The people who really love Halo want to see Master Chief in his combat armor. And the other people watching Halo, there's other shows that are just better at telling a generic sci-fi drama. They're not coming to this simply because you took Master Chief out of his armor so you get to see a guy. That's not going to sell enough people on this topic. So that's one problem that they've been having issues with since the first season, so I don't want to harp on this too much. But the second one, and this is one that's so small, it's basically a nitpick, so this is almost in defense of nitpicking, but we see the battle rifle, the BR. It is now a staple in the Halo franchise. It wasn't always, it wasn't in Halo 1. And we see this battle rifle coming into play, and yet they have the mechanics of the rifle itself wrong. Now, this doesn't really matter too much to anything, to the story or the action. The action's pretty well done for the most part, I must say. I know people are going to complain about maybe the CGI a little bit, whatever. It was a decent battle scene for a televised sci-fi show, and I thought it was well done. But what's weird to me is, why change how the gun works? It doesn't make sense. If you wanted an assault rifle, use the assault rifle. And if you wanted a battle rifle, use the battle rifle. They simply did it wrong, and it seems like on purpose. I mean, how else do you explain it? It does actually shoot in burst in moments within the show, but then they switch it into auto mode. Now, this kind of makes sense in world as well, which is why this nitpick is so crazy. But at the same time, you're already under the microscope, under scrutiny from the fans who care about this product, and you're gonna make this change for no reason. For no reason. It's insane to me. You would want them, I mean, you're already gonna have to sell them that Master Chief isn't wearing his armor in these battle scenes. So there's that. And then you're gonna go ahead and change one of the key weapons that every single player across the board knows how it works and when to use it. And they also know about the assault rifle, which made a huge comeback in Halo Infinite because it was finally built in a way that allowed you to use it in the competitive multiplayer scene. And so we now have two guns, two iconic guns that you can choose from, and you're going to combine them, and it does nothing. It doesn't do anything for the story. Nobody should care about this, and yet you do it almost to spite the fans. And this is my problem, and I see this all the time in adaptations, and it drives me nuts. Why change something that doesn't need to be changed? do you simply not know how it works? And if not, that is the problem. That is why these adaptations struggle and fail, because we have people who simply don't know or don't care and want to stick it to the fans. And we need to get rid of this in Hollywood, because this is what's stopping and holding back so many video game adaptations from really coming through in a big way.